This isn't a sales course. This is not a guru. This is literally the process of how Reggie started door to door and how he finished his first week. So obviously, me and Reggie go way back to like first grade. But before this week, what did you think door to door sales was actually going to be like, and how is it going to affect you?
Yeah, man. Prior to coming out, I thought it was, there's some preconceptions to people have on the industry that just comes from lack of understanding um, of how it actually works. So I was one of those people, and then I got to really understand the business model and how it actually works and all the numbers game, and why it makes sense not only for us, the reps, but for the company as well using us. So once it all made sense to me, I kind of was able to just pull the trigger on it and come out. So yeah.
So yeah, what really surprised you the most after your first few days, like seeing how it works? What really, spiked your interest and said, "Oh wow, I really like this."
Yeah, I think before even going out, what I liked about it is just knowing that whatever you put into it, you'll get out of it. So Zach Kornfeld made this analogy, which really makes a lot of sense to me. Is if you and I work, take whatever job it is, right? Say we work at Target and we have the same job title. You come in 5 minutes late every day. I come in 5 minutes early every day. You're on your phone, you're slacking off, but I'm working as hard as I possibly can. Because we have the same job title, we make the same amount of money. But if I work harder than you in this industry and my results show that, I get compensated more for that.
And then next, what made you actually decide that you want to give this a shot, and what made you want to pull the trigger, like end all be all?
Yeah, so I've been getting recruited for this industry for a while. Was never really able to pull the trigger on it just because of my mindset and where I was mentally. I was an athlete. I was a soccer player. I played 5 years of college soccer. I thought that was going to be my future. Through injuries, ACL tears, meniscus tears, 2 years in a row, I kind of had to reframe my mind of what my future was going to be like, and redefine my definition of success and the things I wanted out of life. So once I went through that process, door to door wasn't the first thing on my mind, right? But after having conversations with you, going out to Utah, seeing the company, seeing everything as a whole, and then just gaining all that knowledge through conversations with you, Kuba, Shub, Mike, um, yeah, it only made sense. So
And then obviously, we just got back from Birmingham for the Blitz. You did like 10K your first week, which is fucking insane. What do you think you did right immediately, and what was like some key aspects that kind of just like lit the fire under your ass from day one?
yeah, man, it's all preparation. So being able to prepare months in advance, I was completely restructured my life to get out of what I wanted. So I deleted Snapchat, huge distraction for me. I had other distractions in my life that just needed to be cut from the source, and those are the sacrifices that you need to make to achieve your goals, right? So if I'm gonna set these high goals for myself, I need to do the hard things to achieve them. So I grew closer to God. I read my Bible every morning. I pray every night. Take cold showers in the morning. Do daily affirmations. Journal. Take notes and be a sponge, right? You, Jacob Cole, Kuba, Pat Zoop, anybody who I can get information off of, Zach Kornfeld, live sales, just being a sponge and obtaining all of the knowledge that I possibly could. There's no such thing as over preparation, over preparing. So I think preparing as much as I possibly could led to my success.
So was there like a specific moment or like a sale where it all clicked for you, or no?
Yeah, and I think you know this moment too. It was the first day knocking. You knocked the left side of the doors of the new dev, and I knocked the right. So I watched you knock your first set of doors, and then you were like, "All right, your turn." The first person I talked to sold, um, which was just a massive delayed gratification, right? So we were talking about the preparation that I was putting in before, and to finally see that pay off was huge. And just it all clicked, it all made sense, and it was like, yeah, I'm out here to do this, and this is my job now, and I can do it, right? It was the first person I talked to, and I made the sale, and then you were like, all right, see ya. You scooted off on your Segway, and the next door, the next person I talked to, I sold as well. So it was just immediate results, which helped, but it was also because of the preparation that I put in, I was able to get those results.
And then obviously this was just like a blitz, but what was your best day? What did it look like? And what do you think caused you to perform that well?
Yeah. So again, we were knocking in December, and not many people are seeing bugs, and then we're only able to knock half days. Um, so I think like my best day was probably my third day in Vestavia Hills, where I was peak energy and super present on the doors. I had got my first 2 days under my belt, performed well, and just really wanted to keep it pushing and keep it moving. So it was a day where I should have had six at least. I had three, and yeah, it was the same thing. First person I talked to wasn't interested. Give me a nice little door slam, and you just got to laugh it off, shake it off. Next door, I sold my fattest account of the week, 299.70, and just kept it rolling. And then I had that overtime buzzer beater. We were about to go home. It was a callback, pitch blackout, pitching the guy for 20 minutes on the doorstep
Grinding them down,
with
baby.
with three of my guys in my car group, just sitting there watching me sauce it up. But yeah, that was definitely my best day. Just peak energy and peak mental focus for sure.
So next thing I want to get into is like the mindset. What do you usually how do you usually open a door, and like what's your mindset before you knock a door?
Yeah. So the first part of that question is you're selling yourself before you sell anything. Right? You got to break their walls down. You're a stranger on their doorstep. So just being yourself is a huge thing. Um, and yeah, just creating an atmosphere where the customer feels comfortable. And then my mindset when going up to a door is it's a sale. Every door is a sale for me in my mindset. So when I'm going up and I'm knocking a door that has a cop car in the driveway, it's like that's a sale for me. Because if you can't envision it in your mind first, then that's that's the biggest that's the biggest thing. If you can't envision yourself doing it, if you can't envision you hitting your goals, then you're never going to hit them. So for you to walk up to a door and ever think that you're not going to be able to sell them, it's just going to make it that much harder for you.
And then for you, how do you handle rejection? You know, when someone's shutting you down really fast, as soon as they open the door, just a quick no. What are you doing to stay on the door with those people?
So it all goes back to training, right? And there's no smoke screen that I can't handle. It's like, yeah, I'm not interested. Yeah, man, totally get it. That's what Rob said. And you just roll the smoke screen. Um, but for people that like really just give you a hard time and give you a door slam or don't give you the time of day and are rude, it's just like you gotta laugh it off, man. You gotta just like make fun of yourself a little bit, make and just like don't ever be disrespectful, right? You lose the battle, but you win the war by staying in the neighborhood. And I think, yeah, just being able to laugh it off and be like, "All right, next door, man, like, awesome." You have to do that because your mentals is everything in this game.
So when you get on the doors, do you focus more on like the script with the person or the actual conversation of the person? What are you really trying to hit on?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both, right? The script is your backbone and the script is your roadmap. So you stick to that, but also it's every customer is going to be different. You're going to have lions, you're going to have owls, so many different types of customers. So you do tailor the pitch to who you're speaking to, and then it's also like building rapport, right? There is no rapport in script. That's on you. So it's a little bit of both, but I would say mainly the amount of training and preparation that I've done. The script is just in the back of my mind, so I don't rely on it, but that's because it's my own words now. It's what I'm saying. So yeah, I do tailor it to my conversation style and how I'm talking to somebody, but it's also like you can't just throw the script away, right? It's there for a reason. It's a good tool that you need to use. So yeah, I'd say it's a mixture of both for sure.
And then what do you think homeowners respond to like mostly when they're talking to you? Is it like your approach? Is it your service? What do you really hit on the best when you're talking to customers?
Yeah, so specifically when we were in Alabama, it was we were competing against people who were selling $50 quarterlies. So what they were responding to the most is number one, my energy. Number two, like if you don't bring good energy to the doors, and if you're not somebody that the customer is willing to talk to, and you're not brightening their day, why are they ever going to buy something from you? And the second thing is value. Build value. Be the person who's actually genuinely there to help somebody, and that's what they was respond really well to, and that's how you're going to get bug confessions really well, is just communicating that you're there to help them. And your neighbors are seeing this. It's not because you're dirty. Everybody gets bugs. Here's what they're seeing. What are you seeing? That's how you get bug confessions. Nobody wants to admit that they have a problem. But if you're a person that they trust and view as a friend or somebody that's there to help them,
That's instant trust.
right? So that's what they respond to the most for sure. It's just who you are.
And then personally, I want to figure out, why you think you're going to scale to the way you think you will. So, what feedback did you get this week that immediately just helped you improve? What really helped you grow, and what do you think that you can work on the best?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. I can always become a better person, and I can always become a better salesman. What feedback I got from this week was it was a really tough week. It was half days, cold, December, not many bugs are around. If I can sell 10K in a week, I'm super eager to see what's going to go down in the summer. And I think just the feedback of like the guys around me, right? Um, yes, I'm new. I'm a rookie. Um, but to already be somebody that where people are going and seeking out for questions and what are you doing like this? How are you wording it this way? How are you doing when what are you doing when this problem pops up? That feedback led me to believe like, okay, yeah, I can do great things in this industry. But it's also, I'm learning still. So I'm learning from new rookies, from guys who were there knocking the first time as well. And it's always just keeping that mindset where it's like, yes, I can do great things. Yes, I can succeed. I can hit the goals that I've set for myself. But it's also not having an ego to it, right? Just because, take Brady, for instance, he ripped, he did well. Just because he had less sales than me doesn't mean that I'm better than him. And being able to learn from him and learn from guys who didn't even get a sale, that's what's important, right?
And not that you have really too much to work on, but what's one thing that you adjusted in the middle of the week that helped you see a major difference in your performance?
Yeah, man, closing. So if you're a rookie and you're watching this, I would say the biggest thing you need to work on, because you can role play, right, with people, and but the main hours you're putting into preparation is going to be by yourself in your room alone. And if it's not, it should be. And it's hard to close somebody who's not there. So when I was on the doors, my first couple of days, I just had a problem closing people, and like big silent closer my first couple of days, and just being able to have different closes in your back pocket and being able to rack objections is huge. Um, so yeah, I'd say that. Um, Always room for improvement to work on many things. I think I have everything down uh, for it to be a good foundation, but everything can be improved.
And then after your first week, after seeing how it actually is, where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months if you keep up this pace?
Yeah, man. I don't plan to keep up this pace. I plan to go harder for sure. Didn't meet some of my goals when I was out in Alabama. I want 5 to be my floor, 30 to 35K weeks in the summer. Um, and 6, 7, 8 months from now, I'll still be knocking in November. Um, I plan to knock till then, no matter what my numbers are. And yeah, building something right for the following year, to where people are going to be like, why would it not make sense to come work for them, based off of everybody else? So super, super excited for what the future holds. And yeah, either join us or watch from the sidelines.